The Hyundai Palisade, Hyundai's biggest SUV, is a massive deal in the US. Over 110,000 units hit the road in 2024 alone, which represents a staggering 23% increase year-over-year. Same goes for Honda. The fourth-generation Pilot has also been a great success with over 140,000 units sold in the same period. Both are now in their facelift year, but admittedly, the Pilot didn't get as big of a refresh as the Palisade. So are Honda's minor tweaks enough to keep its sales lead over the major redesign of the new Palisade? Well, that's exactly what you'll find out by the end of this video. So let's jump right in. Hyundai just threw out the book for what an SUV should look like, and it really shows. The Palisade's new daytime running lights are really what draws your eyes at a first glance. The redesigned grille, while slightly smaller than the previous generation, is more striking with its repeating rectangular shapes. The new headlights are so well integrated that they are almost invisible, and the different silver pieces dotted around really give it a polished executive look. From the side, the greenhouse has been straightened up with sharper angles, while just above the wheel arches, a squared contour in the body panels further accentuates its squared-off look. Size-wise, overall length has grown by 2.5 inches. Out back, well, there is no way around it. It looks very similar to a Range Rover. The taillights feature the same stacked LED design you find at the front, while the Hyundai logo with the Palisade wordmark dominate the left gate. One main omission here is that the tailpipes no longer poke out of the bumper. Honda, on the other hand, really couldn't resist and, just like every other manufacturer, made the new grille just that much bigger and squarer than before with the new mesh design. The bumper is also new with a more pronounced scuff plate, while the side air vents are now larger to further reduce drag. The side remains unchanged with the same upright stance, though the Palisade's looks are just more assertive, if that makes sense, and it just has more presence. At the rear, well, again, not much has changed save for the skid plate looking piece in the bumper, which is now larger. Oh, and the Elite trim gets new shark gray 20-inch alloy wheels. At least personally, I think the more down-to-earth and even conventional design of the new Pilot is actually still my favorite here. Jumping inside, while the old Palisade featured a fairly attractive design, this generation is completely new with oval shapes just about everywhere. There is a layer of luxurious materials that extends across the dashboard that's highlighted by a flowing metal trim line that wraps up and over a large digital display showing with some wood trim right next to it. A panoramic curved dual 12.3-inch displays under a single piece of glass replace the old model's separate design, putting it more in line with other Hyundai SUVs such as the Tucson. The new screens are a big change from the 2025 model, so they had to redesign the dashboard. The vents are now contained within individual oval surrounds instead of spanning the entire width of the dash. Another change is the center console, which offers a double-door center stack with an open tray in the lower part for extra storage. As for infotainment, the SEL trims and above feature the more attractive panoramic dual-screen setup. The gauge cluster can change its design dependent on drive mode and offers plenty of useful off-road information. The central display is standard across the range and is responsive and high definition, seamlessly integrating Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and is positioned at a nice height but still doesn't look like an afterthought as some of its rivals. Now, if you find the outside of the new Pilot's changes underwhelming, the interior ones are more impactful and more noticeable. While the overall design hasn't changed, the tech has been upgraded with larger displays, bringing it up to date to the Palisades. A 12.3-inch touchscreen is now standard across the lineup, replacing the old standard tiny 7-inch or optional 9-inch units. The 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster, which was previously exclusive to the LE and Black Edition trims, is also standard in every Pilot. The user interface has been reworked for simpler navigation and fewer taps needed to find key functions. The graphics are attractive and easy to read on both screens, but there isn't much in the way of configuring the instrument display. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. As for passenger cargo space, the new Palisade's wheelbase has been stretched by almost 3 inches. The front occupants have plenty of room length and height-wise, and the seats are very supportive and comfortable. The second row is just as spacious with some of the best figures in the segment, and the captain's chairs offer great support. Legroom in the Palisade's third row is fairly limited, making it less ideal for tall adults in the back. As for cargo space, behind the third row there is 18 cubic feet. With the third row folded, space grows to 45.8 cubic feet, or 86.4 with the second row folded down. As for Honda, the Pilot's wheelbase remains unchanged and is shorter by 2 inches compared to that of the Palisade. The front occupants have plenty of room length and height-wise with ample side support, making it easy to get comfortable behind the wheel. The second row is spacious too, with comfy cushions and fantastic overall space, though its legroom is 2 inches short of that in the Palisade. Legroom in the Pilot's third row grew to a max of 32.5 inches, making it more friendly for bigger teens and adults, especially compared to the Palisade. As for cargo space, it's pretty much on par with the Hyundai. Behind the third row, there is 18.6 cubic feet. With the third row folded, space grows to 48.5 cubic feet, or 85 with the second row folded. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 Palisade SE starts at $39,400, but the mid-range SEL Premium is the one to go for. It adds many of the SUV's best tech and luxury features, including USB-C ports in the third row, heated and ventilated front and second row seats, the dual-screen setup, and Hyundai's most advanced driver assistant features. The top-of-the-line calligraphy model goes for $54,000. As for the Pilot, the new model is a bit more expensive at around $41,000 with available all-wheel drive. The one to go for, however, is the Pilot EXL due to its balance of price and features. It comes standard with heated leather seats, a power liftgate, and one-touch second-row folding seats. The increased towing capacity with the all-wheel drive model is also worth the money. When it comes to driving and handling, the 2026 Palisade features a newly developed 3.5-liter V6 engine making 287 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This new engine replaces the old 3.8-liter V6, which really worked hard to get going. Well, the good news is that this new engine is significantly more refined, and while it won't burn any rubber, it's far more effortless when getting up to speed. Driving the Palisade, in a word, is reassuring, combining a raft of active safety features, smooth driving dynamics, and a commanding view of the road. Though it's a large SUV, accurate steering, huge mirrors, and clear sight lines meant that parking garages were the only places the Palisade felt its size. You'll have no problem parallel parking or navigating city streets. Handling is confident too, with respectable body control and steering effort that builds up naturally. Hyundai's Highway Driving Assistant 2 Adaptive Cruise Control is seriously impressive. With the system fully activated, it controls steering, speed, and the distance from the car in front of you using radar. It will even change lanes if you flick the turn signal and it's safe to do so. Under the hood of the Honda is a 3.5-liter V6, and while it may seem quieter, it's unchanged, producing 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive is available and is standard on all but the Sport and EXL trims. While this powertrain doesn't make the Pilot particularly quick, its throttle response is linear and the 10-speed automatic shifts are smooth. On the road, the Pilot feels solid and offers a comfortable ride, but actually it gets better. For 2026, Honda has retuned the power steering system, which means better on-center weight for relaxed cruising and a more connected feel to the road. Another upgrade is the noise levels. They've added new semi-tempered door glass in addition to extra insulation in the doors and under the hood. If you go for the high-end Touring or Elite trims, enclosed fender liners further reduce the outside noise by as much as 3 decibels. The overall package with the added insulation really brings the experience inside the Pilot to the next level, with a refinement that almost beats out what the new Palisade has to offer. So, which one should you choose? Well, I think it's really simple. If you can get past the Palisade's controversial looks, then it's a really good buy, especially at the low trim levels. But if you want something reliable and that holds its value over time, then nothing beats out the Pilot.